home. And for a job like that, they only take the best of the best, as Brian Armstrong reports.
In the Special Air Service Regiment, expect the unexpected. Day and night. In the air and in the water. Whatever you do it best. Keep your head down and your body fit.
The SAS training's got a pretty fierce reputation. Is it as gruelling as that reputation?
Oh, I think certainly we train very hard for the job that we've been selected to do, and you know, obviously physical fitness is a big part of that. Yes.
By any standard, Australia's 300 elite SAS fighting troops are the toughest in the military. Major Steve Evans is one of the men who ensures it stays that way.
Have you ever had to pull anyone up and say, hey, you're not fit enough?
No, the fellows are all very well motivated, in fact, and they will ensure that they're at the required level of fitness, and within the teams themselves, they sort of keep a self-check on each other.
The regiment has 3 squadrons which rotate so that 2 are on constant alert, ready for any emergency. All troops train non-stop.
Anyone minds she's dead, I'll kill her!
This is the sort of high drama for which regiment soldiers train.
Stay down! Stay down! Stay down! Stay down! Stay down! Stay down! Get down! Stay down!
More often than not, these guys jump at night under the cover of darkness. Often at altitudes so high, they would pass out if they didn't have oxygen. But despite the obvious hazards, they do it again and again with pinpoint accuracy.
Army, Air Force, Navy and Reserves can all volunteer for the SAS, and if they survive the notorious selection course, then a further 2 months of training, they get to don that famous SAS Sandy Beret.
It really is symbolic, I suppose, of all the things that we do aspire to, such as professionalism, certainly audacity. I would say a belief that anything is possible.
Regiment boss Lieutenant Colonel Mike Hindmarsh joined the SAS in 1980.
It was pretty damn tough. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done, to be honest, yeah. You cannot afford, I guess, to have any bad apples in the group. So for that reason, I mean, the selection course is absolutely essential that it is tough enough to ensure that these guys can cut the mustard, because the next opportunity they get to be tested will probably be on operations, and obviously that's too damn late.
Thank you for what you are doing.
Early this year, Prime Minister Howard sent SAS troops to the Middle East. These are the first pictures ever broadcast of our troops in Kuwait. Where the SAS goes and what it does is classified. We may never know exactly what action these men have seen over the years and what they've uncovered in far-off places, but that's the way, they say, it has to be.
There is a requirement for us to be discreet in terms of the types of procedures, techniques, skills, tactics that we have in these certain areas. So we do tend to be fairly secretive in concealing those, because at the end of the day, if we're not only do we lose our own soldiers, but we potentially could politically embarrass the government or the Defence Force in failing in our mission.
Put all the action aside for a moment and you find another facet of the regiment. Brawn alone will not make you an SAS soldier. Lieutenant Colonel Hindmarsh says it's the mind, not the body, that gives them the edge.
So we've got A, you back up, B.
A good proportion of my soldiers in this unit can speak another language. A good proportion of the soldiers in this unit are very highly trained medics to paramedic standard. A good proportion of the soldiers here are information systems literate, with computers, can operate very sophisticated strategic communication devices, all that sort of stuff.
In truth, the role of our SAS is changing. There are now peacekeeping and humanitarian missions. The counter-terrorism role is under review and may shift to another regiment by 2003. And all the time, there is a balancing act between new technology and age-old fighting skills.
There is a real danger that if we do become too technologically reliant, that those skills will slip away. And as we all know, technology tends to fall over, and when that happens, we don't have the basic skills to fall back on, and we fall over with it.
As the SAS evolves, it must continue to fulfil its main brief of providing unconventional solutions to military problems. It's a challenge Lieutenant Colonel Hindmarsh has lived and breathed. Although he now has to leave the regiment for a desk job in Canberra, he says the regiment will never leave him.
It's a sad day. I mean, it's been a part of my life for a long time now. But, you know, I'll have fond memories of the place, for sure.
You have to hand that beret back?
No. Nobody's going to get this beret off me.
The future is uncertain, but then SAS troops are prepared for the unexpected.
There's plenty of challenges out there for us on a day-to-day basis. I keep telling my soldiers that they've got to focus on the train that's coming out of the tunnel now rather than the train that's 200 miles away. So we tend to have a here and now focus on current operations because we're on a very short notice to move. And we've got to be able to handle what happens tomorrow as opposed to what happens in 10 years' time.
Brian Armstrong reporting there. And our thanks to Defence Force cameraman Sergeant Gary Ramage for some really great pictures there. Next, why does